How many of you wish that you had this little magic button you could push and you could learn any skill in your professional career like this? In fact, we all need that button, isn't it? The world is changing so fast around us. We need to learn all new skills very quickly. We need that button. Learning fast is a competitive skill, and it's going to set you apart. News Corp CEO said that big will not beat small. The faster will beat the slow. But let me qualify one thing. Learning faster is a very simple word, but not many people actually understand it. It's many things. Learning a new skill, mastering it in as short as possible time, that's learning faster. Mastering new situations which you had never seen before, like inflation, that's learning faster. Transforming your mindset at a faster rate. Being able to use new technology quickly. Being able to adapt to changes faster. Being able to produce the outcomes and KPIs. Now, do you guys see that the learning faster has such a big canvas? How many of you have the challenges in one or two areas over there? Deloitte did a study in 2017, and they found that the average shelf life of a skill is about 3.5 years. What it means is once you learn it, you could use it for considerable time before it get obsolete in the market. And then came the pandemic. And guess what happened to the shelf life of a skill? It shrank down to half a year. As a learning scientist, I keep looking at the future of learning. It's not gonna stay there. Over the next 1 year, it's gonna shrink further because time to market of the products are shrinking as well. What does it mean to you? It means that by the time you learn a new skill, become comfortable in it, it's already out of the market. And then you got to learn a new skill. Many of you will say, oh, no problem. I love learning something new. It's fun. But here is the problem. Time taken to master a skill is very long. What we're talking about here is mastery. You reach to the point of excellence where your performance is fluid, reliable, repeatable, consistent. I did a 10-year-long extensive research with major corporations in the world, and we found that across the jobs, time you master your job is about 1 to 3 years on an average. Pretty long, isn't it? Now, there is a chase that the skills are obsoleting faster and time to mastery is longer. Unless you shorten time to mastery corresponding to the skill curve, you will always be on the trailing end of a skill. That means by the time you master the skill, it is out of the market and you wasted your investment and you didn't make a good use of that skill in your business. How many of you would like to cut this chase and master your profession, your trade faster? Right. So there is a need that we're gonna need to learn faster. But this problem is larger than life. Our traditional techniques are not going to work. So as a performance scientist, I have been very curious how the leaders in the future are going to learn at a faster rate so that they can stay ahead of the business. I found in my research that you need to have a different thinking process. And that thinking process starts with the outcome, going backward. And I also found that it's not about your agility of your brain or your capability of your brain. It's all about thinking process. How do you take the right actions? In order to learn fast something, you're gonna need to unlearn first. You need to change your thinking process and you need to have a different mindset. I call it outcome-driven thinking process. It's a pretty simple but unconventional process. Let me draw your attention to one thing here. In a business context, what exactly are you supposed to produce? You are supposed to produce outcomes, solutions, projects, KPIs. You are not getting paid for doing the task. You are getting paid for producing the outcomes. For a firefighter, what's the outcome? Outcome is putting off the fire. He's not getting paid for holding the water hose. So same way, your customer pay you for the outcome. And your ability to learn faster is determined by how fast you can achieve those reliable outcomes, not by doing the task faster.